Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Ari Lau and I'm an educational neuroscientist. So, you've decided to teach your baby multiple languages. Okay baby, this is an apple. Ein Apfel, Pinguar. But for some reason, your baby isn't responding as fast as other monolingual babies. And now you're wondering if you've made the right choice teaching your baby different languages at such a young age. Well then, you have come to the right place. In today's video, I'll be talking about the pros and cons of exposing your baby to different languages from birth. As always, if you want to learn more about how to teach your kids language and reading, please like the video and subscribe. It usually takes me 10 to 20 hours to make a video, so your support will really motivate me to continue making free content for parents and teachers like you. Alright, now back to the video. Multilingualism at birth, or learning multiple languages from an early age, can be very beneficial for child development. We all know the social benefits of being multilingual, like being able to communicate with people from different cultures or getting better job opportunities. But with the advancement of technology and AI these days, we can easily communicate with people who speak another language that we don't know. But in addition to these social benefits, learning multiple languages early actually shapes our brains differently. In fact, some studies have shown that there is a critical period for second language learning, which means that there actually is a specific window of time in a person's life when language learning is most efficient. During this period, the brain is highly plastic and receptive to learning new languages, and children can learn to speak a second language like it's their native tongue. Although scientists are still debating about the exact time of this critical period, it's generally believed to be between birth and early puberty. Even though the critical period is often associated with optimal language learning, it doesn't mean that we aren't able to learn a new language as we get older. Many people successfully learn a second language as adults, but it does get a little bit harder to be able to speak like a native speaker. Not only is it easier for kids to learn a second language during their critical period, being bilingual at a young age can also improve their cognitive function. For example, research has shown that multilingual babies have enhanced cognitive abilities such as attention control, problem-solving skills, working memory, and creative thinking. One explanation is that multilinguals have to be able to switch between languages, and being able to do that effectively means a lot of practice. Just like how physical exercises train our muscles to be stronger, cognitive activities like switching between languages can train our brains to be more flexible and more adaptive. These advantages can extend to other cognitive functions like memory and attention, and they even last throughout our life well into old age. In fact, some studies have found that bilingualism has protective effects against Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. Scientists think that the cognitive demands of constantly switching languages make the brain more adaptive as we age, and that's why bilingualism can potentially delay the effects of dementia. So, if there are so many advantages to teaching your kids multiple languages from birth, why aren't people doing it more? That's because multilingualism comes with its own challenges. Babies exposed to multiple languages from birth may initially mix or blend languages, something we call code switching. They may use words or phrases from different languages within the same sentence or conversation. Although this is a natural part of multilingual language development, it can sometimes lead to confusion for others who are not familiar with the language mixing. Some studies also show that multilingual babies may have a slightly slower initial language development compared to monolingual babies. In general, they have a larger vocabulary size across both languages, but the number of words they know in each individual language may actually be smaller. So that's why sometimes multilingual babies tend to be mistaken as late talkers, because their brains are taking the time to simultaneously learn and switch between multiple languages. However, over time, language development tends to catch up, and they can achieve similar or even higher language proficiency in each language. Another reason why it's challenging to teach multiple languages in a household is because it requires consistent effort in each language. This means additional demands from parents to provide enough exposure, resources, and support for learning each language. It also requires a huge investment of time and effort from the kids, and sometimes kids might even struggle to identify with certain languages or cultural groups. If we're not able to provide adequate resources for one or both languages, it can lead to language imbalance, where one language becomes less proficient and therefore erase the benefits of bilingualism. But at the end of the day, it's important to know that these potential disadvantages can be minimized with proper support, resources, and strategies. Creating a language-rich and positive learning environment can help address these challenges and create a successful multilingual language development for your child. If you want to know more about how to provide a rich language learning environment for your child, please like the video and subscribe. This will keep me motivated to make more videos about the topics that you're interested in and will help spread my content to other parents who might find this helpful. Thanks for watching!